Today is a very auspicious and powerful day in the month of Elul. It's the 18th day of the month of Elul, what is called Chai Elul. We don't say Yudchet Elul, that can be interpreted as 10 times sin. Rather, we say Chai Elul. Chai means life, of course. And some say that this is the most powerful day of the entire month of Elul, the 18th day of Elul. First of all, a very powerful day because it's the birthday of the Baal Shem Tov, and it's also the birthday of the Baal Tanya. And the reason why we call it Chai, I'm sure you heard many times the song or the saying, Am Yisrael Chai. We are still here alive. Chai means alive. And not too long ago somebody asked me, they came and they experienced a Shabbat with us, and they asked me, how come when Jews raise a toast, they say L'chaim? Say Mazal Tov, I don't know, say for good, I don't know, happiness. Why say L'chaim, for life? So a quick explanation was that we spoke before about Adam HaRishon. Adam HaRishon sinned with the tree of knowledge. And most people think he ate an apple. That's maybe Hallmark's invention. He didn't eat an apple. There wasn't an apple involved here. There's one opinion that says that it was a fig tree. Another opinion says it was wheat. And a third opinion says it was geffen, it was wine. That Chava squeezed grapes and she gave him a cup of wine to drink. But nevertheless, we know this is what most opinions go by, that it was a cup of wine. And this cup of wine brought death to the world. Before that, there was eternal life. So we see that the wine caused the problem and brought death. Then another time in the Torah, with Noach, when he came out of the ark, right away he planted a vineyard and got drunk. Again, brought problems to the world. So when we say a toast, we say L'chaim. This time, that the grape juice, the wine that we're drinking, this time it should be for life, not for death. So we're all looking to have life, chaim. I don't know anybody that is looking, unfortunately maybe some people are, but most people, they have a natural instinct to live. Even people who chas v'shalom feel that they need to take their life, but a human natural instinct is to fight for your life. Throw a person into the water now, they'll try to fight for their life, chas v'shalom, in any situation, because we have an instinct to look for life. So Chai Elul, Chai means alive, Chayut, life, power. So today is the Chayut, is the life of this month. Now, like I said, a very special day because the Baal Shem Tov was born on this day. This is not a coincidence. And he said many times on himself that the reason why he was born specifically on Chai Elul, he could have been born on any other day. Why on this day? So he says, I was born on Chai Elul to lehosif, to add chayut, life, or life force, v'simcha, and happiness to the world, and specifically to my service to God, but specifically on the month of Elul when we're doing Teshuvah. So the month of Elul is the month of Teshuvah. There are many other auspicious times throughout the year, but the month of Elul is specifically focused on Teshuvah because we have to live throughout our life in Teshuvah. And the Baal Shem Tov says, in order to do Teshuvah the right way, it has to be with simcha, with happiness, with joy, and with chayut, with the right excitement. Many times you see people, they pray like a robot 3 times a day. They come to the shiur, to the daf yomi, like a robot. They do the netilat yadayim, everything is robotically, and there's no life there. And you see the person is doing all the mitzvot, but like a body without a soul. The Baal Shem Tov brought a beautiful thing into the world, that he brought chayut, life. When you see something without life, then it's dead. Avodat Hashem, when it comes to service of Hashem, if it's not done with excitement, with the right life in it, then our sages explain it's like a body without a soul. There's a body, but there's no life in it. Now, when it comes to Teshuvah, most people, they think that the Teshuvah has to be with crying and moaning and and not too long ago when I was in the Kotel, there was somebody there doing Tikkun Chatzot and he was crying. and my daughter was with me, and she says, he sounds fake. The crying sounds fake. I said, listen, maybe it's fake, maybe not. But nevertheless, we know that when we do Tikkun Chatzot, it has to be in a tone of crying. So many people think that my tshuva has to be with crying. Crying and tears and Ashamnu, Bagadnu, Gazalnu. Yeah, you have to have some tears here. But the real way to do tshuva is only besimcha, is only with real joy and happiness. That Hashem even gave you the opportunity to do tshuva. You know in what lottery you won that Hashem allowed you to do tshuva? Can you imagine if Hashem would not allow you to do tshuva? Then you would really cry. So Hashem allows you to do tshuva. Then how do you do tshuva? Besimcha. The teachings of Kabbalah explains that there are two levels of tshuva. Tshuva tata'ah, tshuva ila'ah. A lower level tshuva and a higher level tshuva. Lower level tshuva, then this is what's called tshuva mi'irah. Tshuva from fear. I'm afraid to be barbecued in Gehenom, so I'm doing tshuva. But a higher level tshuva, tshuva ila'ah, is from happiness, from joy. It's a much higher level of tshuva. I mean, most people, they merit to do tshuva tata'ah. I did tshuva, but I did it because I was pushed to it, I was forced, I was afraid. But to do tshuva ila'ah, higher level tshuva, is when I'm doing it from joy and happiness. On that, our sages said in the Talmud, that a person, if he does tshuva me'ahava, tshuva from love and from joy, or what the Zohar calls it tshuva ila'ah, high level tshuva, then he transforms his sins into merits. Nefchot zdonot lezchuyot. Can you imagine that you take all the junk that you created in the last 50 years and you pawn, how do you say, a pawn shop? You transfer it into merits. That can only be done with tshuva ila'ah. It cannot be done with tshuva tata'ah. Of course, you have to start with lower level tshuva, then you go to a higher level tshuva. But specifically, the Baal Shem Tov explains that the reason why he was born on Chai Elul is to bring chayut, to bring life, to bring joy and simcha to the world in general and to Avodat Hashem, into the service of God. And he brought down the light of Chassidut into the world, started the Chassidic movement. You know, if you look a little bit into history, the Chassidim were not called Chassidim 300 years ago. They used to call, in Yiddish, they used to call the Leibedics, the happy ones. They weren't called the Chassidim. Why? Because they were dancing and jumping up and down all the time, and any occasion they would right away bring joy and happiness. So in the beginning, they wouldn't be called Chassidim, they would be called the happy ones, the Leibedics. Maybe I'm not saying it the right way in Yiddish, but yeah, the happy ones. And some people will say, okay, maybe they're drunk from all the lechaim, maybe they're cuckoo. No, that they brought the simcha to the world. So, Chai Elul, what you need to focus on today, and not only today, but today you draw the power to do it every day of your life, that everything has to be done with chayut, with life, with excitement. Like a little kid. A little kid gets excited when you give him a lollipop. A little kid gets excited when you say, come, let's go do this, let's go do that. You have to understand that if you're serving Hashem and there's no excitement, then your service to Hashem is like a body without a soul. If you're serving Hashem with fear, that's very good. You have to have fear. But ivdu et Hashem besimcha vegilu birnana. It has to be with joy, with happiness. You're not going to be productive at all if it's all with tears and heaviness and crying. I'm so bad, I'm so horrible, I'm so low. Okay, yeah, you have to smack yourself on your head every now and then. Some people need to be smacked on the head 5 times a day. I'm not chas v'shalom negating the smacking on your head. But at the same time, you have to rejoice and have this life that the Kadosh Baruch Hu is even allowing me to do tshuva. That I'm even included in the process of tshuva. So now we're doing a real sharp turn in the month of Elul, because from the 18th day of Elul, we're counting a countdown of 12 days into Rosh Hashanah. The teachings of Chassidut explains that every day from now on will correspond to 1 month in the year. Starting tomorrow, we're going to learn that tomorrow and the next day, but starting tomorrow, Yutet Elul has the power to do a tikkun for all the month of Tishrei in the beginning of the year. And then Kaf Elul will be the whole month of Cheshvan and so forth, that I can do Teshuvah for the entire month. So now we're taking a sharp turn in the Teshuvah. And up until now, we will say that the Teshuvah was Teshuvah Tata'ah. We banged on the heart, we slammed on the head, we said that we were bad, Ashamnu, Bagadnu, Gazalnu, we have cheated, we have lied. Okay, we have to do that. But now we're adding the next component of the Teshuvah. Now it has to be done with Chayut, with Simcha. It's not to say, oh great, I did so many sins. Rather to say, great, the Kadosh Baruch Hu is allowing me to do Teshuvah. Can you imagine what it means? The Kadosh Baruch Hu even says, I'm allowing you to do Teshuvah. There are times in the history that we learned about different people, the Kadosh Baruch Hu says, the gates of Teshuvah are closed for you. You lost it. You had the opportunity. Then you're really going to cry. So we have to take this power of the day to understand that everything has to do with Chayut. Now the Yetzer Hara is going to come and simmer the fire down. Will dim the fire, so there's not going to be excitement. You have to know how to develop excitement in your Avodat Hashem. You have to how to develop that excitement. You know, before I told you that a few times, before I say a bracha, אשר קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו להניח תפילין, אשר קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו להתעטף בציצית. Every time we do a mitzvah, we have to say a bracha. Take a moment, 30 seconds before that, and say to Hashem, thank you so much that you allowed me to put tefillin on today. Thank you so much. Say it with your own words. You know how many men don't put tefillin on? You know how many men, they have the tefillin in their closet, they don't put it on? Or how many men put the tefillin on 5 minutes before Shkia? I'm not blaming anybody or not judging anybody. But the fact that you have even the desire to put tefillin on, it's because the Kadosh Baruch Hu allowed you to have this desire. So you have to develop the excitement like a little kid that I'm now allowed to participate in the mitzvah. The Kadosh Baruch Hu told the Yetzer Hara, relax a little bit, let him do the mitzvah. If the Kadosh Baruch Hu decides to let the Yetzer Hara at you, you're not going to have any desire to do anything. The Yetzer Hara is going to manipulate you that you're not going to do any mitzvah. So the point to take from that, how to build this chayut, this will elaborate more in different classes. Now we have to just focus on the fact that I have to throw more oil into the fire. So the fire will become more powerful. How do you do that? We'll explain it more later in other classes, but the basics is that you acknowledge how lucky you are that Hashem allows you to participate. If you don't acknowledge that, if you think you're doing Hashem a favor, then you lost the momentum here. Hashem doesn't need your mitzvot. Hashem doesn't need you to do anything. Hashem is giving you this opportunity. Matnat Chinam is giving you this free. Tzedakah. Now you have to meditate once a day. Better to do 20 times a day. How lucky you are that Hashem allowed you to sit in a Bet Knesset, to live next to a Bet Knesset. I know people that they live 50 miles from a shul, that you have kosher food around you like that. No problem. That everything is very accessible. That Hashem allows you to participate, but you have to take a minute a day to say, wow, I'm so lucky. Hashem is including me. Can you imagine if He wouldn't include me in the party? I got a VIP tag. You don't even see it, but hanging here is a VIP tag. You're a very important person. Hashem says, yeah, here, I'll accept you to come and be in my private group. When you understand how lucky you are that the Kadosh Baruch Hu is including you in everything, that in itself should add chayut, should have a life and excitement. Wow, I'm in the party. That if chas v'shalom you're out of the party, that's when you're going to have real tears and the real crying. So we have to take the opportunity from this powerful day to add excitement to everything that we do, even if it's something little. Even if it's putting 10 cents in the charity box, take a moment to say, wow, Baruch Hashem that I have this 10 cents, I'm involved in a mitzvah. That you have to add some excitement. And of course there are many other ways to how you throw more oil into the fire, but this is the day where we have the opportunity that the Baal Shem Tov and later on the Baal Tanya opened up the gate in the world through the teachings of Chassidut, how to bring light to everything, not to do everything in a darkness and heaviness and sadness and I can't even imagine how the service of the Torah was 500 years ago. Heavy, very, very heavy. It wasn't this lightness. So it's not that we chas v'shalom reforming the Torah, we are refining the Torah. The way how we serve Hashem, and it has to be done with chayut, with simcha, with joy, that we have the zchut to participate in everything that Hashem does. Take a moment a day, take 50 moments a day to see how lucky you are that you are here and you're not required to be in other places, or you chas v'shalom in situations that you're not able to participate. Now your tshuva can be taken to a much different level, to a higher level, that it's done in sweetness. Why you want to do that? Because then you can take all the sins that you did and you transform them into merits. B'ezrat Hashem, we should merit to do tshuva ila'ah, a high level tshuva that will take all the junk that we did in the last 40, 50, 60 years and we pawned it and we transform it into zchuyot. B'ezrat Hashem, we should be very successful in this beautiful task.